What's up guys? In this guide, I'm going to lay out our entire strategy for finding VAs, how much to pay them, and break it down step by step so you can copy it and have the same success we did. And make sure to stay until the end because I will be talking about the different ways we think about compensation for our VAs. Okay, let's jump in. Finding VAs or employees or contractors can be really hard, and especially hard if you don't have a system or process to hire them. My original process was really inefficient. What I used to do would be just jump onto online jobs or Upwork, two of the main sites for finding VAs. I would post a job without a structured summary. I'd get hundreds of responses, which was really overwhelming. Then I'd randomly just pick a few that seemed good. They weren't. I would hire someone and then be annoyed that they weren't good and go back to doing everything myself. So really not efficient. I've also heard a similar story from others I've tried. So again, if you're here, we're gonna make sure that isn't happening to you. What this looks like today, now that we have a team of 8 full-time VAs that help run the business, is completely different. The hiring process now consists of 5 steps. 1, figuring out what tasks a VA can and should do for you. 2, creating a crystal clear job description to describe the outcomes you're looking for. 3, posting the job description, but do it in a way that starts to self-screen the applicants and make your life way easier when people become interested. 4, having a formal application and adding this one specific thing that will change your entire process, the Loom video, which I'll explain later. And 5, creating a test project, which leads to starting your interview process. We'll talk a little bit about interviews here, but we're gonna have an entire video on that next week. So again, make sure you're subscribed. Okay, so let's start with figuring out what tasks a VA can do for you. It might sound obvious, but a VA can do any task that requires a phone or computer. They just can't help with physical tasks, which might sound kind of obvious, but gotta throw that out there. But in the world of post-COVID remote work, there is no reason you shouldn't be able to find a talented VA that can help you with your business or personal life. To kick off, here are some of my favorite tasks or activities we've delegated to VAs that have had a huge impact. Things like email management, Airbnb guest management, video or audio editing for stuff like this, and deal analysis for properties we're considering making offers on. But you can also go much deeper with things like building reports, creating presentations or slide decks, running Facebook ads on YouTube or Facebook or other platforms, and lots of other marketing things. If you haven't seen part 1 already, you might want to pause and go back to that. It'll be somewhere on the screen. I talk more about delegating a few tasks that really changed my life in business, and we'll have that linked in the summary, but again, you might want to check it out as it will build to this video. But 2 of the biggest ones for me personally are Airbnb guest management and email management. Now let's talk about creating a crystal clear job description so that people know what the actual job is. A lot of times people think they have a good job description, but it's really not. A job description should give a quick background about you and your company and then explain the type of person you're looking for. If you take anything from this video, take this. Do not give the job application in the job description. I'll explain what I mean, but that's really important. Here's an example of what one of our job descriptions looks like. As you can see, it's pretty thorough. Something I learned really early is that the more you put into the front end of the process of finding people, the higher chance you'll have of finding a great person that stays with you long-term on the back end. The main things we like to include are the about me or about the company, the job description, the responsibilities, the requirements if we have any, the tools we use, tools we would like the person to be proficient in, the communication and hours, why us, start date, and how to apply. Also, if you have a brand and you want them to check it out for the job or just in general, you can add that as well. Next, posting the job description, but doing it in a way that starts to self-screen the applicants and makes your life way easier when people become interested. So it might seem like a natural thing to post a job description and then include the job application. And we used to do it that way, but we don't anymore. And here's why. Mainly because we got too many unqualified applicants who were just pressing a button when they saw the job pop up. You don't want people like that in your funnel. They don't really care and they're just doing it the lazy way. Instead, now we will post the job description and at the bottom of the summary, we will say something like this. To receive a formal application for this job, please email hiring@johnfarber.co with the word Blue Dolphin in the subject line to receive the application. Then inside Gmail, we set up an auto reply so that anytime someone reads the job description and follows the instruction of using the right keyword in the subject line, they'll receive an application automatically. And then we set a filter in Gmail so that that all stays in a folder and doesn't clog up our main inbox. By doing it this way, you accomplish a few really important things. 1, you see if the applicant actually cares about about the job and if they even read the full description. 2, you see if this person can follow instructions. This is really where the interview begins. If someone doesn't follow instructions in the beginning, word for word, what are they gonna do on the back end? So you need to see if they send to the right email with the right subject line, and then if they do that, they'll receive the application. And number 3, just kind of summarizing, it makes your life easy. You don't need to do anything other than set a few things up once, and then you're done with the first few steps, and it can repeat over and over. Real quick, guys, before we get to step 4, if you wouldn't mind liking this video and hitting the sub button so you will see when we have new videos like this, and we just really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Next, having a formal application and adding this one specific thing to it that will change your entire process, the Loom video. So once the applicants receive the application, we want to make sure we get the best information possible back from them in the application. The application should be made up of questions about their experience, proficiency, also their technology usage, and the technology they use in their home, things like speed of their Wi-Fi and computer speed. But there's something else we started adding that made a huge difference. We ask all candidates to submit a Loom video to answer a few questions for us on camera. Loom is just a video recording software where someone can record a quick video and send it to someone with a link instead of having to download and upload large files. For us, it's a lifesaver and something we probably use in our company 5 to 10 times a day, but great for this process. Anyway, the reason this is so great is because you get to see this person and hear them speak. It's almost like you get to do an interview with them, except you don't have to do all the scheduling and a 20 or 30-minute Zoom call, since these typically take 5 minutes to watch or record, and you can watch them at 2x speed. Also, you get to see how well they can use technology. Anyone who can't figure out Loom after we give instructions is automatically removed from the process. You also get to see how well they speak English, which is so important, and you can see their energy level and personality, which is a huge part of working with remote people. We don't work with people we don't enjoy a conversation with. Next, creating a test project, which will lead to starting your interview process. So now you have a great pool of people, but you want to see if this person can actually do the job before you interview them or hire them. What we like to do is come up with a small test project for the person that is related to the job that they're going to be doing. For example, if they're interviewing for a video editor position, we will find a 30-second raw clip and ask them to edit it. Another example, if they're interviewing for Airbnb management, we would create a Google form with guest scenarios or questions from Airbnb guests and ask the applicant how they would handle that scenario or how they would reply to that person. And you learn a lot about people when they actually have to think instead of just read prepared answers in an interview when you're talking to them on Zoom. Only after we have the test project done, we will schedule the interview. We recommend using Calendly to schedule your interviews. It's a great way to just expedite the process and cut down on the back and forth, but we'll talk about that more in the next video. Before we go to the last step, guys, I wanted to mention a few tools and resources we're giving away for free from this video. If you're interested, we will have them below in the video notes. Check them out, and if there are any others you want to see added, just let us know. Okay, lastly, how to compensate your VAs. Our VAs are full-time, and we pay them anywhere from $500 a month to $1,000 a month. If you're looking for part-time VAs, you can find VAs anywhere from $5 to $8 an hour, so just a little bit more. I would personally recommend trying to go full-time because the person will learn more about your business and you can save money. They will probably integrate themselves and dedicate themselves more to you, but I know it's a little scary at the beginning to hire a full-time person, so feel it out, maybe try with a task or two, but I definitely recommend if you can build to a full-time person, it will be better for you. Either way, guys, full-time or part-time, that is the process I wish I would have understood to find people when I was first starting out. If you are interested in getting our VA pricing guide, we will have that linked in the summary below for free. Make sure to grab that. And if you got any value from this video, please guys drop a comment and a sub and a like. We have a lot more content coming, and this definitely helps motivate us, but also you'll see when we have more content coming out, you'll be notified. That's it. Be great, guys, and I will see you in the next one.